Hi guys, welcome to Crypto 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment in general. Today we're going to be looking at the data that came out yesterday talking about the CPI report, and we saw inflation rising at 0.4% and also 0.06% at the core CPI. All of these are what we're going to be looking at and discussing about on today's show, and how is this going to affect BTC, ETH, and other cryptocurrency. All right, my name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, and this is Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we don't gamble it. All right, without no wasting time, let's get straight to business and let's see what the news is all about regarding the data that came out yesterday. And I think that is going to be a bad news for Bitcoin, cryptocurrency at large. But without no wasting time, let's quickly check what's going on. We can see right here that we saw BTC moving all the way down to 18,188 and later gaining the momentum back to about 19,009 something just to close their sell. I'm going to explain that to you shortly on the chart, so you don't want to miss the show. You don't want to miss any single part of the show. You can see the market is dropping back, which I'm going to explain why the market is dropping back and when you need to take action. All right, and if you've not destroyed the likes button, you need to do that right now. Destroy the likes button, subscribe to the channel, support the movement, and if you've not turned on your notification bell, you have to do that now, because that's going to help you receive all this juicy and good information as we drop in it on this show. All right, Bitcoin is trading at 19,500. I'm speaking to you, but before we get to the chart and talk about what's going on, let's take a look at the data that came out yesterday and see how or what this meant for the cryptocurrency at large. Right now, we can see on the news, Bitcoin, Ethereum continue to tumble following hot inflation numbers. Bitcoin has followed the stock market again following the release of U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index, that's the CPI, and we saw that the index is often used as barometer for measuring inflation throughout the American economy. It tracks the rate of exchange for price in things like gasoline, used cars, apparel, and other items. Let's check another news right here talking about the inflation being on the rise, and we can see we even have the highest in 40 years, guys, and this is so serious. And is this going to help Bitcoin move ahead of this, or Bitcoin is going to become our hedge for this? And we're going to take a look at that now. We can see core US inflation rise to 40-year high, securing bid Fed hike. And also we can see over here inflation increased 0.4% in September. That's talking about the core CPI month to month, and year to year is about now 8.2%. And we see in September more than expected despite the rate hike. So we can see that the federal government have been looking for a way to control the inflation rate since we've been out to control the interest rate since we've seen the inflation has been on the rise due to the global shortage supply, or due to the war that is happening in Ukraine and Russia. And also we can see due to the stimulus, there's so much fun around, and now there's too much demand for little things, and that caused the inflation to keep rising. And even with that, with the interest rate and all of this that has been on the rise, we're still seeing that inflation keep rising. And we can see consumer prices rose 0.4% in September and were up 8.2% a year ago, according to BLS data released yesterday. And also we find out that excluding food and energy, the core consumer price index accelerated to 0.6%, and 6.6% respectively. And we can also see worker wages took another hit, falling 0.1% monthly and 3% yearly. Market now expected the Fed could institute consecutive 0.75 basis point increase in interest rate come in November or in December. So that's what we'll be expecting, because the interest rate is going to determine if we're still going to see investors believing in all these commodities and all of that, or put their money in the economy. We see US CPI rose more than expected again in September, cause CPI up to 0.6%. And even though when you check it on the data over here, you can see we have the figure right here, and we can see 0.4%, 8.2%, and 0.6%. And we saw unemployment claim even increased to 228,000 for the first time, talking about people that fight for unemployment for the first time. And that's what that means. So what is this going to do, or what are we expecting to see from the market, or how is this thing going to affect the chart? You know, the last time or last month we saw the CPI wasn't good enough, and it thrown or pushed down the Bitcoin price and even the stock whatever. And right now we saw the same thing happening. But what are we going to see? Are we not going to see investors now choosing gold, silver, or cryptocurrency as their edge against inflation? We are going to talk about that shortly, and you don't want to miss out. All right, let's go to the chart and see what is really going on in the market regarding the chart analysis. Let me close this. I think this is making my system slow a bit. All right, guys, while I'm doing this, if you've not subscribed to the channel, destroy the likes button. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can be part of what is going on this platform. So right now, what are we expecting? Yesterday, I told you, if you've been watching the show, and if you're new to this channel, this is a channel where we'll give value and good information, and also we give signals on what to do in the market, if you should get into the market or leave the market. All right, see what happened yesterday. If you look at it yesterday, I told you we have a symmetric triangle, and which shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I told you we have a fake out, and I'm expecting the market to pull down to this point around 19,800 or maximum of 18,800. Then we see the market should shoot up before it will now come down or form a structure. But now, see what happened, see what they did. They pushed the market beyond 18,800. And what does that mean? This is kind of a liquidity grab just to kick a lot of buyers out. Then they now push the market upward. And that's why I told you, when you are trading, you need to be careful and use your risk reward when you're taking a trade. So now, when you look at the chart over here, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This didn't break, that's why it is in white. And we later have the market didn't break this before we now have our green to complete the movement, talking about the cycle. So now, what are we expecting now? The Fed, they're going to possibly increase the interest rate again come November and December, because we keep seeing rise in inflation. And when the inflation keep rising, what are the Fed need to do to correct it and make the economy balance? The only thing they can do is to increase the interest rate, so the money or the whatever that will be going around in the economy will reduce a bit. And once the money reduces, we're going to see inflation decreasing, because what causes inflation is the rise increase in rise in goods and services and other products in the economy. And how can you control it? Is when you reduce the amount of money flowing in the economy, so we can have the inflation reduced. We can now have people now can now create more jobs, get more money, and get the economy moving again. So now, what is this for Bitcoin? I think this is bad news. And at the same time, it might be the biggest news we've been waiting for for BTC. Ask me how. We saw in inflation increase with 0.4% and core inflation now increase with 0.6%. Let me tell you one thing, guys. When there is something like this in the market, we're going to see the dollar index moving upward because it's kind of good for the currency, but it's not good for the economy. So we're going to see the stock market, the cryptocurrency market, the other commodities market start falling because now people will see that the inflation keeps increasing. Now they need to put their money where they believe is going to be the edge. So is Bitcoin going to be edge for inflation? We're going to talk about it right now on the chart. So now look at the chart now perfectly. We saw the price come here to bottom out or to touch 18,081. Are we supposed to get into the market if you miss out? No. Do not FOMO in, because this movement you see here, this movement you see here is just to come and close the mitigation around this point. That's what I'm going to tell you. So now, when do we need to get into the market? We need to wait for the price. Let me show you. We need to wait for something like this to happen. We need to wait for the price to come down, mitigate this point. You see, if you mitigate this area, then move ahead and break this point. Yes, now we now know the investors or the traders now believe they can use BTC as a hedge for inflation. Believing maybe the interest rate, the inflation keep increasing, but the interest rates will increase. But now maybe if they put their money in cryptocurrency, it can rise in value, and by the time the Fed is now the Fed now keeps dropping back the interest rate, they can now pull out the money and put back in all the stocks and commodities and all of that. So what we see right here is the effect of the news yesterday. We saw the market, people sell, then when the news came in, people dab into the market. So where do we need to get into the chart today or into the market? We need to calm down, wait. You don't need to FOMO in. Like I told you, do not FOMO in whenever you see a sharp movement like this in the market. It's a good movement, and it's a sign that we see good what's it called, volume in the market. But do we need to get into the market? No, we need to wait. Let the market come down to test between 18,400 and 18,100. If the market should come down to test it and we fail to break between 18,100 to 17,500, yes, we can now see that we are going to see massive movement in cryptocurrency. That means now these big boys are now believing they can use cryptocurrency as edge against inflation, and they will pump in so much money, and we can see BTC continue to rise. But if the market should fall down to this point and fails to hold it back, bet you we're going to see the market falling below 75, and we can now be expecting the 16K, 14K, there about everyone has been talking to. But for now, do we need to FOMO in? No, you do not need to FOMO in, because we need to wait, let this retest, form a proper structure. Let me go to higher time frame so you can see what I'm talking about, guys. See what I'm talking about, guys. You see, we have structure right here at 19.2 something. Then we have, this was their last sell. Let me show you. This was the last sell before the buy. You see. So what do we need to do? We need price to come and mitigate this zone back. If price should come back and mitigate this zone and we were able to hold it and we didn't break below it, yes, we can now take a massive trade, and that's when I'm going to be putting a lot of money in the market. So now where am I waiting to take my buy? I'll be waiting for price to come down to 18,400, and between 18,400 and 18,000, that's why I'll be looking for a buy, and I'll be looking to short more. If not shorting from right here right now, I'll be looking to short BTC more if it breaks below this 18,500, because we're going to see a massive drop. Or let me tell you another short you can take on this trade. If we see something like this, let me delete this first. Sorry. Let me delete this first so you can get a clear picture of what I'm trying to pass across to you this morning. Let me show you. You see, Where do you need to take a shot? You can wait. Let we have a structure like this. You see with this, the structure, if we have another pullback, then we're going to put our short here. The moment we break down here, we can see the market coming down, forming a structure like this, coming down to come and mitigate the zone, this zone right here. You know, coming down to mitigate this zone we'll be waiting for, you see, which is between 18,400 and 18K. That's where I'll be waiting to load my guns and start buying. But if we fail to hold around this point, because with the data that comes out now, I'm expecting Bitcoin to suffer because the inflation is increasing. But that is if they increase the interest rate. So the suffer won't come now until we see the interest. So right now we might just see the Bitcoin coming from a rally or forming a movement upward. But where do we need to get in? You need to wait. Let it come and mitigate this area. Once this area is mitigated, we don't break it. We know we're going to see the movement going up. Then come November, I think the next interest rate will be maybe November or so. Yeah, I think November 1st or something like that. We're going to check it out. You need to check it out on the calendar, economic calendar news. And now, if we see the Fed increasing the interest rate more than expected, we are going to see BTC or cryptocurrency market plummet again. I'm just telling you the truth. But right now, we've seen the inflation. We are waiting for the Fed to come and tell us what they're going to do. Talking about Jerry Powell, talking about the FOMC and Jerry Powell speak. We'll be waiting to see what it will come out to say or how they're going to tackle this inflation. If they're going to keep increasing the interest rate even higher than we expected, I'm telling you, we're going to see cryptocurrency falling down. But for now, we need to scale the market as it's working on the chart. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for the market to come down to touch this point, mitigate it, and move and start scaling maybe a structure in an uptrend, maybe to 20K, 22K, 25K. Then when the interest rate or the news comes out, if it's going to be a bit big or it's going to be against the investors or traders, which we're going to see the market suffer largely. So you need to be careful. We need to watch out very well when we're taking our trade, and we don't want to miss out on this channel because we'll be bringing out everything you need to know about what is going on in the fundamental world. And we know we always talk about the technical analysis and all of that. Also, that's why this channel is all about giving you value and good information when it comes to trading, investment, and cryptocurrency. And if you like what we're doing or what we're doing on this show and you want to be part of it, do not forget to hit the likes button, subscribe to this channel, and be part of what is going on. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell as well. So that's that, talking about the analysis regarding the fundamental news. And now, but technically, what do we do in the market right now? Should we get into the market or not? You should be looking for a pullback before you get into the market. And what am I going to do? I am going to wait for price to mitigate the area I've mentioned for you guys before I get into the market, because I believe that's where I'm going to have a confirmation that these big boys now believe Bitcoin can be an edge against inflation, because we can see this movement broke all the structure. So we're waiting for a retest, or even though we want to use FIBO, we can use FIBO and see that even at around this point it's still close to where I'm saying, because we can see 18,500 there. But I tell you 18,400, between 18,400 and 18,100 or 18K is where we should be looking to take our buy. But if you break that zone, bet you me the market is going to fall more, and that is going to happen when the interest rate or the FOMC comes out next. So that's that on the chart and what happened yesterday regarding the what am I going to call it, the CPI, talking about the inflation, because it's still on the rise. All right, before we go to another chart, let's check out some news that are making headlines. We can see Mark Zuckerberg metaverse legs were staged, talking about the billionaire fund. This is seriously legs hard, you understand. It is fair to say that nobody is more excited about Meta's future metaverse than billionaire CEO co-founder and chairman Mark Zuckerberg. Note is utter delighted when earlier this week he announced one more feature coming soon, that probably the most requested feature on our roadmap, which is legs. He said, I think everyone has been waiting for this, and people are saying the legs were staging and all of that. So we're looking forward for that, talking about metaverse, the virtual reality. And we saw another news on the radar, people building physical people. We know this guy, they're good when it comes to NFT, and they've sold how much? I think they're the first that sold close to about 69 million, if I'm not mistaken, some years ago, talking about the first 5,000 work that they did. And now they're building physical studio to bring NFT into reality world. And we can see another news on the radar. Magic heading losing market shares as Solana NFT traders reject royalties. And we saw another, we can see another news. Tether eliminates commercial paper from reserve transparency push. We see Binance bonds as many BNB token as Hacker minted from Team and also we see Dominican government partners with Tron to launch Dominican coin. And we see another news right here. Solana price falls below $30 for first time since June. And also we can see stolen crypto total hit 3 billion as Aka re-emerge after quiet summer. You can see that's a lot of money, and that's why I tell you, you need to be careful when you're getting into the crypto space or the crypto industry, because there's a lot going on. You need a channel like this where you get good value, good information when it comes to all these things, and you can use it to help yourself and become a financial freedom. And now let's check another news. 5 charged in France with 2.5 million for targeting Bored Ape NFT owner. And let's check another news. We can see Kraken appoint former Gemini UK head as its new manager. And we can see crypto trading fame New York Dig lay off about 33% of staff. And we see more news on the radar talking about Maker DAO revenue tumbles 86% on Ether. So much headlines right here. Regulators are spending too much time on crypto. And we can see Japanese gaming giants hiring spree ahead of NFT market. Let's check this side out too to see some headlines that we can see. We see stablecoin Israel Tether now holds 0 commercial paper. MetaMask to let US to buy cryptocurrency directly from their bank account. That's a good news. And Michael Saylor wish for Bitcoin accounting changes has arrived. Also, we have on the news, UNI jumped 6% as Uniswap Labs secure 165 million fundraiser. And we see, let's check one more before we move to the market watch. We can see stablecoin could be Russia preferred medium of exchange for foreign trade. Chain analysis, chain analysis is where you can check out analysis about cryptocurrency and stuff like that. So these are the headlines and news on the radar today. So that's about news. We can see Bitcoin is still trading at 19,645. I told you, wait, let it come and retest this zone before you get into the market. And if you wait to hold this zone, definitely we're going to see the market fall down. So where do we need to get into the market as a trader? Let's go to a lower time frame, and I'm going to tell you that right now. So where do you need to get into trade? You need to get into trade after we see this spike. You see, we're having the first movement coming down. We need a return back. If we break it, fine. We need a return back. Now we need to break above any structure. That's where we need to put our short. And where do we need to put our buy? Talking about continue to scale the profit, even though we're expecting the market to come back here before we put in big amount. But if you miss out, where can you scale the buy? You can still come in at 19,900, but I just believe it's better you wait, let it come and mitigate this zone, which is around 18,400 something, that's where you need to get into the market. But if you want to just be scalping or scaling, you can still get in here, but I won't advise you do that. I would advise you're looking for a short. If you create a structure, the moment it's coming down to break it, put your short below it, and you make the profit coming down to this area, then you can buy. And once the market come down to this area, you buy, then you can continue scaling the profit upward. And we're going to wait till Fed tells us if they're going to increase the interest rate and all of that. But we think potentially they might want to increase. And if that happens, we're going to see BTC plummet. So let's check out ETH quickly before we move to another. Let's see, ETH USD. Sorry, I'm typing BTH. I don't know if there's a coin like that. You can tell me and comment down in the comment section and let us know what you think the Fed would do. Do you think the Fed are going to increase the interest rate, or they're going to slow it down? Comment down in the comment section. Let's hear your view. Let's know what your opinion is, and we can have a discussion down there. And if you want to join our community, you can join the crypto, you can join the Discord channel, the Telegram channel, and be part of what we're praying to do. You see, yesterday I told you if you break down this point, it's a buy, but you see it came back and it retraced it back immediately. So what do we need to do when it comes to ETH also? ETH has formed a structure which is 1, 2, 3. I'm expecting probably we're going to see 4 and 5. Then we'll wait for a structure. What you just need to do is you wait for a structure to form, go back. The moment it's coming back to break it, that's when you need to put in your short. You understand? We need to put in our short. But right now, ETH is looking good because it's breaking structures. Let's see if it's going to form a structure around there, then break it down, then you can put a short. But if it doesn't break the structure, we'll see continue to scale the profit. And if you miss out from here and you're waiting for this point again, you need to wait. Let me tell you where you need to get in. We can see you need to wait and let the market come down to mitigate this part. You see, and this is massive. You see, ETH suffered to 1,115 and it retraced everything back. But what do you need to do? Let's go to 2 hours. Maybe we're going to see order block or something like that. So I think the best place we're seeing right here, what I'm seeing right here, because this is the structure that broke down, and now this is the movement before the structure breaks out. So ETH, we might see ETH falling back to 1,000, between 1,028. I think that's where you can place a buy to continue scaling it upward. But if you break this point, let's see a structure that will be formed on a lower time frame, then we can use that to take our trade. But if you miss the market, do not rush in. Wait, let the market retrace, then you can get into the market. So that's that about ETH. Let's check out the market and see what billions it's now trading the market. We can see the market cap is now sitting at 936 billion, 86 billion traded in the last 24 hours, and BTC is sitting on 40% and Ethereum sitting on 17%. Manchester token is trending, PancakeSwap is trending, Shiba Inu is trending, and also you can see Bitcoin has fallen 1.5% in the last 7 days, 2.6% in the last 7 days for ETH, and we can see a whooping 10% to Solana in the last 7 days. So you need to be careful when you're checking that out, and talk about the NFT. Bored Ape Yacht is still number 10, CryptoPunk now number 6, and we can see Azuki back at number 10. So those are the top collections, and let's check the sister site out to see what the market cap looks like. We can see here is 936, over here is 976, but the volume in 24 hours correspond, and you can see 86 billion, and you can see 86 billion over here right here, and you can see dominance close to 40% and ETH at 16.4%. So let's check out the fear and greed out so we can know what the fear and greed looks like. And yesterday I told you when we have extreme fear, that's when you need to bag more crypto. And right now we see at extreme fear because we see crypto sitting at 24. So the sentiment still remains that people are still scared to buy because of the news that came out yesterday. But as a trader, you can scale in wait, let it retest, but we'll be waiting for the interest rate, waiting for the FOMC to come out, and we're going to see if we're going to have a massive increase in interest rate, or we're going to see the Fed slowing it down, and that will give us the insight of if crypto is going to suffer much more, or we're going to see investors or traders now believe they're going to use cryptocurrency as inflation edge. So you need to stick to this channel if you want to get more of this information. If you've not subscribed to the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button right now, likes, and don't forget to comment down in the comment section, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can be part of this. And even though when we check out what is trending, let's quickly check that out. Let's see what's trending. Excuse me. You can see we having massive this in trending on the news. Let's check what's trending. You can see we having so much new, guys. Let's check out what's trending. We can see we're seeing fake token trending, XRP, Shiba Inu, SafeMoon, Elon Musk, and all of that are even trending on the news. And I can tell you that the crypto space is in the fear now, because they're thinking, are we going to have much interest rate coming up? And if that should happen, we're going to see the market deep down. Right now, we saw nice movement after the deep down. Is that the bottom out of the crypto? We're going to see. Wait for it, let it bottom out. Oh, let it come and retest. Take a buy, use your risk reward, don't FOMO in, then we can scale the profit in as the market continue to move on. So right now I'm still speaking to you. ETH is trading at 132, and we hope to see a good or better thing for the crypto space. All right, and I think that's what I have for you today. So much news on the radar. We've read about the data, and I've told you what we're expecting. We're expecting crypto to suffer a bit if we don't see much people to come in to buy. Yes, we saw that sharp movement, but it must come down to retrace. After retracement, if you can't hold that 18,075, if we break that part, I think that means the investor will be scared that the interest rate is going to be massive. Maybe we're going to see another 75 basis point increase in interest rate, and investors don't want that. All right, that's that on today's episode. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. You can go right here. You can go right here and subscribe if you've not subscribed to our channel. Let me show you. You know, if you're thinking, oh, I don't know where to subscribe, I don't know where to click, it's very simple, my friend. As far as you're watching this video, you can subscribe right here, subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Until I catch you tomorrow on another fantastic and beautiful episode of the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we don't gamble it. I still remain myself, Ahmed Oladimeji Kazim, and peace out.